We're giving all praises to Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Krakadash. Praise your holy name. You're so beautiful and worthy to be praised. The pride of Esau. You like to give double honors to them elders at Great Millstone, on down to them youngsters that's preaching this word sincerely with no gimmicks. The pride of Esau, Operation Warp Speed. Yes, 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 yes. And you know, that should be a celebration for us, you know what I'm saying? Have a drink today, celebrate, because he putting it into warp speed. So that's how much quicker that Yahweh Shai gonna come down and beam us up. Yeah, yeah, he gonna come get us. Yeah, the hopeful elect, the prisoners of hope. Yes, yes, yes. So Operation Warp Speed, you know, helps us, you know. It's for our best interest that they doing that. So they doing it in warp speed, you know. So with that, let's get down to these precepts. Yes. The pride of Esau. Yes, he put in the operation in a warp speed. So that means the Most High gonna come get us that quicker. Yeah. So that's for our best interests, you know. I think I'm gonna have a drink today. Yeah. I'm gonna sip a little something. So he put digital warp speed on. Isaiah 13:10. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wickedness for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will, you know, so that's Esau, you know what I'm saying? He gonna bring that pride down, you know. Yeah. I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, you know. So you know, his head is blew up right now. He think he the shit man. Yeah. But the Most High gonna cause that to cease. Yes. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of their place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and in that day his fierce anger. Yes. So you know that means the war, you know what I'm saying? The pride of Esau, you know, he's coming down. You're going down, partner. You know, the Most High, He's gonna send His Son to receive us, you know. And He don't have to compel us to come. We're gonna go willingly. We're gonna get some precepts. Isaiah 2:11-13. And the lofty looks of a man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. For that day the Lord Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low, and upon all the cedars of landing on, and that are high and lifted up upon the oaks of Bashan. So the Most High gonna bring all that proudness to an end. He gonna bring them very low. You know, when the Most High sent His Son Yahweh Shai down, with them chariots that can stop at a blink of an eye and do some fumbles and then curve, do all type of flips and do what they want to do, that they ain't gonna see nothing like that ever, Okay, we're gonna skip to 2:17. And the lowliness of men shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be low, and the Lord Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. Yeah. So that pride gonna be knocked down, quicker than lightning. Yes. The pride of Esau, he think he's America, but we yelling DTA, death to America, behind enemy lines. How about that? We the real Suicide Squad, DTA, death to America. 10:2, the wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they may imagine, So in the devices that they think they're going to, put on the children of Israel, the elect, the prisoners of hope. Yes. The Most High gonna take them in their own devices. 76. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, in thy anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So that judgment, and it's commanded, the heathens gonna get yours, Esau, Edom, all that you have done, to the saints of the Lord, It's finally gonna come back on your ass, and you by putting it in warp speed, you don't know that you doing that to your own selfishness. I'm glad you're putting it in warp speed, Operation Warp Speed, with that Maxine you trying to put in people, We ain't taking that Maxine, we gonna be up and out, gone. If it's the Lord Yahweh willing. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. So they're very violent. So they coming down with violence when they come for this, when they trying to, mandatory Maxine. They gonna try to give us that mandatory Maxine, but we ain't gonna accept it. We gonna be on about our way, living like pilgrims upon the earth. How about that? Matthew 24:50. The Lord Yahweh of that servant shall come in that day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So when the Most High come, it ain't gonna be no warning. It ain't gonna be no certain time. We can look up in the sky and say, oh, he coming around noon. No. He said, come in a day when he looketh not for him. The Lord of that servant shall come in that day when he looketh not for him, and in that hour that he is not aware, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. You know, that's the Most High doing what he do. We're going to get some precepts to that. Habakkuk 3, 4, and the brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth as his feet. He stood and measures the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. All the powers of the earth were scattered. The perpetuous hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. You know, that's when the Most High come. You know, as some people say, show up and show out. Yes. Psalms, another precept, Psalms 18 and 12. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. You know, so that's them the beams. You know what I'm saying? He gonna strike. He gonna strike them with like coals of fire. Yeah. Nahum 1 and 5. The mountains quake at him. So the governments quaked at him. And the hills melt, and the earth is burnt at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein. So when the Most High make his presence through his son Yahweh Shai, the whole world gonna know about it. You know, it ain't gonna be just like, you know, them in Italy, you know, and we in America, and we ain't gonna know. The whole world gonna know that, hey, somebody's here. Yes. Somebody, and they're here to do damage. They're not just here to say hello, you know. And yes, Esau with his space force, you know, he gonna try to do a little something, but you know, you're no match for the Most High King, Lord Yahweh. Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. So he gonna shake the heavens, you know. These walls is paper thin, so when sometimes they hear me in here, you know, giving these lessons, they try to turn their music up. So that's what you're finna hear. Precepts, Psalms 110 and 5. The Lord Yahweh at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. You know, so he's gonna strike through kings, you know, the kings of the earth, you know, that think they doing something right now. That's about this Operation Warp Speed, you know. Haggai 2 and 6. For thus says the Lord Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. You know, so everything's gonna be shooken. You know, even a fish of the earth gonna know he here. you know, people think that this Bible ain't the truth. I said it at once when I was in a rescue mission doing bad hurting, with no place to stay hurting, not knowing that the Most High was chancing in me, for me to get right. Somebody tell me about the Bible. I say, man, man wrote that. That white man wrote that to keep us in bondage. Man, I don't want to hear about that. But now that the Most High opened me up and awoke these dry bones inside me. yes. They love to see a nigga down. Yeah. They love to see us down. But we ain't niggas, we Hebrew Israelites. But, the 2/3, they love to see each other down, They laugh and giggle and toast to it. Yeah. We love to see a nigga down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. And that foreskin is nakedness. Let your nakedness be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh right hand shall be turned into thee, and shameful spew shall be of the glory. So that's gonna be, when the war come, we're gonna see, Esau, foul shame. War. They want to keep Israel being slaves, so they gonna oppose the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shai and the angels, so the angels gonna blast them out of heaven. It's gonna be a war in the heavens, Then the missiles gonna come next. and that's right when after that they're gonna pick us on up. But thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. So they shame gonna be uncovered. They nakedness. A fool's shame, Esau. Let's go Job, brother Job. (33) 14 through 16. For Yahweh speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon. So when you sleep in deep, you in a trance, And that's when the Most High send them dreams and visions towards you through the angels. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep fall upon the man, and slumber upon the bed, then he opened the ears of the man and sealed their instructions. So when I was asleep last night, the Most High sealed these instructions in me to be, giving you this word right now to tell you about Esau pride, and DTA, death to America, So that's what was sealed in me last night when I was sleeping. And we're going to go through some precepts. Job 7:13. When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaints, Then thou scarest me with dreams and terrified me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangely and death rather than life. You know, so the Most High, you know, send them elites dreams about what's happening, you know, about we waking up out our sleep, you know, and them being in slavery, you know. Yeah, the Most High send them dreams also, you know. Yes, he does. Okay, and we're gonna go to Brother Luke. Luke 1:37. For with Yahweh nothing shall be impossible. You know, so nothing's impossible with the Lord Most High Yahweh. And with saying that, we're going to go to Numbers 24, 12 through 20. And Balaam said unto Balak, speak not also to my messenger which thou sent unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandments of the Lord Yahweh to do either good or bad of mine on mine, but what the Lord Yahweh saith, that will I speak. So that's a heathen, you know, that even knew that the Most High's, you know, word. And now behold, I go into my people, come therefore, and I will advise thee what these people shall do to thy people in the later days. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, said, and the man whose eyes are open, he said, he has said, which heard the words of Yahweh and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not now. Therefore shall come a star out of Jacob, and a script shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corner of Moab, and destroy the children of Shet. So even in the Old Testament, that was, you know, a prophecy of Yahweh Shai, you know, to come. And Edom shall be possession. Sidon also shall be possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do vanity. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked at Amalek, he looked up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his later end shall be that he perish forever. You know, so right there, that's the end of the Edomites. Yes, the end of the Edomites, man, you know. You know, that right there proves Esau gonna be done away with. Yes. Let's go to Zechariah. You know, the pride of Esau gonna be taken down. You know, it's over for you. You no good peckerwood honky. Yes. Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn you Return you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy son of Zion against thy son, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of the mighty man. So he's going to bring the two kingdoms back together. That's them tribes sticking together, coming back together. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning, and the Lord Yahweh shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with the whirlwind of the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with slain stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as though wine, and they shall be filled like bowls, and as the corner of the altar. So they're going to conquer him, completely victorious, Esau, the pride of Esau, you going down, with your Operation Warp Speed. And then we're going to get some precepts to that. Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And that's that Zechariah 9 and 13, about the kingdoms coming together, Then we're on 50 and 15. Shout against her round about. She has given her hand. Her foundations are falling. Her walls are thrown down. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Lord Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she has done. Do unto her. And it's that great whore, Babylon, the mother of harlots. And take her down. We're going to go a few more precepts. Psalms 18 and 14. Yea, he sends out his arrows and scatter them, and he shoots out lightning and discomforts them. And them arrows is the nukes. Yeah, and we see that China, Russia, and France got a whole bunch of arrows waiting to shoot this way. DTA, Death to America. "45 and 5. Thy arrows are sharpened in the heart of the king's enemy, whereby the people fall under thee." So there it is again, the arrows, they sharpen, they ready to shoot out, They gonna take the pride, of America, America. You going down, and you two thugs that's all in love with the Esau, with these Edomites, You're going down with them. Yes, you are. You and your Operation Warp Speed, and Karen Base, what I'm saying? You want to lead the, all the time, but concentrating on the Hebrew Israelites, but you call them the black Hebrew Israelites and all that. You gonna get yours, Karen Bass. We gonna keep a special arrow for you. You gonna get a special arrow for you. 2nd Ezra 13. We're going to start off at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, the men waxed strong with the thousands of heavens. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like the earth falleth when it feels the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number, from the four winds of the heavens, to subdue the men that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, had raised himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region of the place whereout the hills was graved, and I could not. So coming in a big chariot. And after this I beheld, and lo, they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hands, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a suddenly of innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. After I saw the same man come down from the mountains, and called upon him another peaceful multitude, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad and some were sorry. So that's when we gonna go back and pick up the people. Some